During his pontificate, Pope Emeritus Benedict XVI established a very close relationship with the Jewish community in Rome and the rest of the world. But this personal side of the Pope Emeritus was sometimes misunderstood.
Some people are given the gift to be able to transmit their personality. And Pope Benedict XVI had many gifts, but that was not one of them. So people thought he was aloof. Because he was shy, they thought he was cold. They thought because he was involved with doctrine and faith, he was somehow rigid. But he wasn't like that as a person at all.
Rabbi David Rosen met Cardinal Joseph Ratzinger in 1987, and from there a friendship grew. He visited Ratzinger 12 times after he was elected pope. He says the late Pope Emeritus continued to foster the Church's relationship with Judaism that Pope John Paul II had planted.
He continued the path of John Paul II. To the best of my knowledge, he didn't do anything that was an innovation, but that was his importance. He was a consolidator.
Rabbi Rosen highlights Pope Benedict XVI's visits to the synagogues in Rome, Auschwitz, and Israel. He believes that this set a precedent for future papal trips. This is how German Pope Benedict XVI spoke when he visited Auschwitz in 2013.
Prendere la parola in questo luogo di orrore, di accumulo di crimini contro Dio e contro l'uomo, che non ha confronti nella storia, è quasi impossibile. Ed è particolarmente difficile e opprimente per un cristiano, per un papa che proviene dalla Germania.
Unlike Pope John Paul II, who connected with the Jewish people because of his Polish origin and childhood friends, Pope Benedict XVI did it through theology. This was evident in the speech he gave at the synagogue in Rome in 2010, which was full of references to Moses and the Torah. Rabbi Rosen says that though Pope Francis's visits were more publicized due to his personality, Pope Benedict's were of great intellectual depth.
Pope Benedict XVI's speech in the synagogue was far more significant in terms of content. But most people are not theologians, and most people don't read the texts. They come with some kind of energy and experience, and the feeling with Pope Francis was, as he expressed it, it's a family reunion. And if you ask me, Benedict XVI's approach theologically was far more systematic and profound.
Rabbi Rosen fondly remembers one of the meetings he had with the Pope Emeritus, where he called Rosen to deepen his experience of Judaism.
One thing he said, you as a Jew must be loyal to Torah. That is your obligation. And anything that is of religious significance for you must have some meaning for me. I said to him, you know, for many people, the state of Israel has religious meaning. He said, yes, I know that, and we must certainly see it as a testimony of God's fidelity to his promise, even if we can't see it in the same theological language.
Rabbi Rosen says that this was a legacy of a wise pope who, though he did not always attract the media, created a very meaningful relationship with the Jewish community.
Five years after his resignation, those who shared his final moments as Pope, his friends and the Vatican spokesman, give us the full story. We recall the most important times of his life in first-hand accounts by his brother and friends. They range from his childhood in Nazi Germany until his retirement in the Vatican Gardens, without forgetting his glory days, proclaimed by the people. Benedict XVI, in honor of the truth.